Hello, everyone. This is Mark Blanton from the Real South Africa, and of course, welcome to our channel. And sorry for the delay; had a few technical difficulties, but we took care of all of that. Everything is in order, so we want to have an opportunity to chat with you about so many different things. Again, welcome to our channel. Now, obviously we have a small chat room, so if you got questions and so forth, you can go ahead and place them up on the screen. I get an opportunity to check some of them out. Won't be able to check them all out, but I'll be able to check some of them out, and then we can discuss some of the questions if you have any questions about the real South Africa itself, and so forth, and who we are, and so forth. Now, let me just jump right into it. First of all, I just want to say, as far as COVID is concerned here in South Africa, they have taken all the precautions that I can see as somebody in the tourism space to prevent people from getting COVID and so forth. So basically, what that means is, like I said, right now, like I said, first of all, let me back up. Let me just say, my hats off to the South African government and South African people for being able to, basically go through this whole lockdown process. A lot of you guys might not understand, especially those in the U.S. and maybe in the U.K. and all these other locations. But I can honestly tell you, I'm telling you, they did a hard lockdown here in South Africa, and I know it was difficult because I was here. However, actually, I was in the U.S. and then I barely escaped. I barely made it out in time to get back to South Africa. And at the same time, as soon as I got here, liquor stores were locking down, things like that. So it was crazy, but we did it. We did this, and right now things are actually looking pretty good. The president was on on TV just the other day on the State of the Nation address, not State of the Union, State of the Nation address. And, I just noticed down in the Western Cape, which is one of the provinces here in South Africa, the actual numbers are actually going down pretty significantly. So things are coming around and whatnot. So again, let's keep our hands together. And for all those people who obviously didn't make it through, like I said, our heartfelt prayers and whatnot. But like I said, for those that are still here, we got a lot of traveling to do. So now let me tell you what we've been doing lately here at the Real South Africa. What we've been doing, of course, first of all, we've been, fielding a lot of calls of people who are interested in traveling to South Africa. And I totally appreciate it, because we feel like our efforts have been, have been great. We really, we're fortunate because we get to interact with the tourism mechanisms here in South Africa. And then, of course, us being African Americans, we like to say, hey, this is what we found. This is what your opportunities are here in South Africa. And people have been literally emailing us, texting us, doing everything they can to get in contact with us. So like I said, we really appreciate all you guys and so forth. And we understand your concerns. Everybody have very similar concerns about the movement. I will call it a movement, because we all know that people are literally looking to come to, especially, from the diaspora, to come to this new renaissance here in Africa. And where else better than South Africa? So we need a little voice, and here we are. And with that little voice, we're going to try to get out to as many people as we can. What's going on here in South Africa, and what's the benefits to you as those in the diaspora, and even those that are here in South Africa. Like, trust me, we could not do what we have done without proper South Africans sorting us out, having conversations, things along that line. So we truly appreciate, everything that you guys have been able to do. Now, let's move beyond that. What have we been able to do? Of course, like I said, we are a full service travel and tourism company here in Johannesburg, South Africa, live from Johannesburg. What does that mean to you? Basically, here you are. I used to be that guy. I kind of wanted to go to Africa, didn't really know how to do it. I also saw a show just like a lot of other people saw. It was called Blacks Without Borders, and I was intrigued. And if you get a chance, go to YouTube, put in Blacks Without Borders. And then it's an older documentary, but a lot of this stuff is still relevant today. It's called Blacks Without Borders. Go look at that video. I think it's broken down into 7 different parts. And I think we might try to re-air that on our channel so people can see the 7 different parts. There's a lot of updating that needs to be done, hint, hint. However, it's still relevant. And these are a lot of things that you're going to find in a post-apartheid South Africa today, and so forth. So, like I said, if you want to, please, if you got questions, if you got any concerns, or you just want to add to the conversation, please just go ahead and leave your comments, and we'll be more than happy to put them on the screen and answer as many as we can as we go through this broadcast. Now, let me say this first. Us at the Real South Africa, we do produce a lot of videos, and we're going to produce more. We got a lot of brand new content that's coming out to you. You're going to be shocked and you're going to be amazed, because I am as well. One of our partners is Street Kids DVC. Hope they're watching. The Street Kids are absolutely, on it and whatnot. They actually, if you're interested, when you go to their not Facebook page, when you go to their YouTube channel, go to their YouTube channel as well. Look at some of the productions that they're doing, but they're doing a lot more stuff, and a lot of it is going to be with us as well. The reason why I say this is because, like I said, we're here in South Africa. We're with, our brothers and sisters here, and we all are working together. And they reached out to us to say, what could we do? And we truly appreciate the work they have been doing and all the content that you're going to see. So, but make sure you go over to Street Kids DVC. Go ahead and subscribe to their stuff. They're doing great and wonderful things on that side as well. We just are very fortunate to be able to work with those guys and so forth. Now, another topic that I want to cover, and I totally appreciate it, is the simple fact that we actually go a lot of places. We might not get them on screen. We might not produce a video, but as the Real South Africa, we feel what we should be doing is going to different places in South Africa, all throughout. So we've been to all the provinces. We've been to most of the locations, not just luxury places, but we've been down to the villages. We've been to the townships. We've been a lot of places. And what I can say to you is, in each and every place I go, I always find that the proper South Africans are extremely receptive. They're very friendly. They know a lot about U.S. culture, and y'all know why. Y'all watching too much of that DSTV and that Showmax, and of course Netflix and things like that. But you guys are watching it, and so we, like I said, but you know a lot about us. So most of us African Americans don't know much about the South Africans. So we're going to try to, as time goes on, get South Africans on the channel, on lives just like this, and talk about things that are important to South Africans. Like one of the topics that we're going to talk about is Lobola. That is a hairy topic all the time. I know when I'm listening to Metro FM, they are always talking about Lobola. Metro FM is a channel here in South Africa that obviously it's a radio station. Pretty popular. There's YFM and a few others, but Metro, I think it's a Metro FM. I'm not really sure now that I think about it, but it's called Ask a Man. And they ask topics, and a lot of things are relationship related, obviously, because it says Ask a Man. And one of them is about Lobola. If you're in America, you have no idea what I'm talking about, but all the South Africans, they can if you look in the comments, they can constantly tell you about Lobola. It's a basic, shortly, it's a marriage process. And again, I could be wrong. I know a little bit, but I know, but that's why we're going to get somebody that's an expert on the channel. So we're going to bring on South Africans so we can actually meet each other virtually. So when you get here on a trip with us here at the Real South Africa, it won't be shocking. You'll be looking for all the right things and so forth. So we do what we can to make sure that you have a true, authentic South African experience. And like I said, South Africa is multifaceted. You got your people who are, in challenging conditions, and then you got those that are, super wealthy, and everything in between. And so that's why we ultimately named our company some time ago, The Real South Africa. So it's interesting times here in the kingdom as we are, like I said, going through COVID and getting everything sorted out. But I truly believe that that South Africa is going to get through this and so forth. Now, one thing I want to cover, especially for you people that are in Atlanta, we actually had a commercial that aired in Atlanta, is actually airing now. So if you're in Atlanta, be looking for it. We're probably the only company or anyone that is marketing directly to the U.S. from South Africa. Like I said, I've lived in America for a long time. Never really saw anything that looked like how can I say any African content, anything African. So with that being said, we decided to put together our own commercial, and it's been out for a couple of days now, and we've been getting some feedback. We've been pretty excited about what we've been seeing. So what I'm going to try to do now, and I'm going to play it for you. So obviously, just take it. It's only 30 seconds, a normal commercial, but it's about tourism coming to the Republic of South Africa. Okay, check it out. Leave comments just leave comments and so forth, and I get a chance to review it and so forth, and then hopefully everything works out. We'll do another one, but check it out.
And now it's time for the weather. Good morning, South Africa. I hope you've managed to get a coffee in, because it's going to be another beautiful day starting here in Johannesburg.
There it is. What do you think? Don't hurt our feelings. We won't cry, but we wanted to be the first. Like, this is Black History Month as well for those in the United States, in South Africa. I'm just letting you know now. This is Black History Month, all of February, and this is when we celebrate firsts and accomplishments and things like that. So this is one of our accomplishments here in South Africa, and I want to just kind of segue a little bit. Keep in mind, there are plenty of African Americans here that are doing great and wonderful things, and not just African Americans, but people from the diaspora that has come here and put their and planted roots based off whatever they like to do, and it's awesome. And from time to time, we all get together. Obviously this is COVID time, so we really can't do but so much during COVID, but we do reach out and so forth, just to check on each other and so forth. But again, we got our partners here. Most of us have friends that are South Africans because it's their country, it's their nation. We're just fortunate enough to be part of it, and that's something that we encourage you guys that are sitting in the U.S. To consider. Of course, the best way that you're going to get that done is on a trip to the Republic of South Africa. And the best way to do it is to just cross the bridge that we have already made for you. So obviously our contact details are in the bottom, scrolling at the bottom, so you can email us. You can also go to our website, get a little bit more information. But what we like to do, and you may have heard me mention this before, or better yet, a few days ago when we was talking to the Zuri Wines down in Cape Town, young Black woman down there from California, who, obviously from Southern California. It was a perfect fit for her to come to Cape Town area and get into the wine industry, and she's down there kicking butt and taking names in that industry as well. So if you're interested, just go back just one video prior to this, and if you hadn't seen it, see that interview as well. You will be thoroughly amazed about what she is doing with her channel. And then, of course, it always helps that you spread her information, and make sure you spread our information as well to let people know what's going on here in South Africa. For real, you're not going to find this on CNN. You're not going to find it on the BBC for those in the UK, and of course in all the other locations. You're not gonna find all that. So again, we take pride in what we do, that we get the opportunity to offer these types of things to everyone. Okay, so again, just go to our website and you would be surprised what you see. And I know, trust me, I know what we was told. I grew up in that same environment. I know what we were told. And I'm not saying that all Africa is as developed as South Africa, but I would say, a nice soft landing spot is South Africa. However, just like we mentioned in the last video, come to Africa. Just come. I personally don't care if you go to any other country, but as somebody in the diaspora, please come to Africa. And of course, we prefer South Africa because we're here. Now let me tell you a little bit about what we're doing now. And of course, let me see. I got questions here. Mr. Blanton, have you tried a coda? I probably have. I'm not really sure. But yeah, I probably have. I go everywhere. I don't always get the names of everything, but I probably have. I was literally down the street. Obviously in South Africa, there's a lot of places where you get your car washed, drop your car off, and you walk over and get your little meat. And then you take it and give it to the bride guy. He brides your food, and you sit down and eat. I just came from there, so they may be there as well. Let me see. Somebody asked another question. Mark, you over there enjoying that warm SA weather? Yes. Recently, we've had a lot of rain for some odd reason, but it worked out for me because when I go out to my yard, or as we say in South Africa, when I went out to my garden, my grass was cut and it was beautiful. I'm like, man, my flowers are growing. Stuff I put out looked like it was dying. Then all of a sudden, it's been raining, but the weather is absolutely wonderful. For those in the U.S., it's roughly about 80 degrees. Calm down, people who take it in Celsius. That's roughly about 21, 22 in Celsius, something to that effect. But yeah, the weather here is absolutely incredible, and I absolutely love it as far as the weather is concerned. I'm a type of person that if I'm in, like, how can I explain it? If I'm in bad weather too long, I start, my mood change, and I got to go to the doctor, get what you call it, vitamin D pills and stuff like that. I remember one year I actually, just because I was in Northern Virginia, I actually flew down to Florida just because I just couldn't get it together. But here I don't have that problem. I don't. So like I said, that's another thing that you might want to think about when you are absolutely, we all know winter's coming in the United States. Around October, November, it starts to get a little cold, and then December you pretty much are done. Go ahead and book a trip with us. So next December you could be here with us. Next January, February, you can be here with us. So just think about it. And like I said, you can always call us, and we can surely sort you out so you can be laying poolside with a nice drink. It's evening here in South Africa. It is 7-Eleven. Oh yeah. It's 7-Eleven here, and so yeah, it's getting a little later here. So, but yeah, what we're doing lately, like I said, we've been partnering, with a lot of brands here in South Africa. One of them, and I would just bring up one of them, and you're going to see a fabulous video that's going to be produced. It's actually done by Street Kids DVC. It'll be premiering on our channel real soon, about our time at the Legacy. The Legacy Da Vinci is like a 5+ star situation that if you come here, obviously we can make sure that that happens for you. Okay, just once you see the video, if you see it, you're like, you know what, I'm doing it. Just give us a call, get the pricing, and so forth, and we can make sure that that will work for you as well. Keep in mind, I understand, I'm that guy too, that sometimes you need a little payment plan, things like that. We got that set up for you, not a problem. We got payment plans. You could take, if so, let's say here you are, this is February. I want to come in December at the end of this year, 2021. We predict COVID should be a little bit more contained, and so forth. Yeah, go ahead and book. Start making put your deposit down. Put your deposit down so we can start working for you, making sure you got the best locations. And the reason why, the biggest reason, is because if you was going to Vegas in the summertime, and somebody's talking about Las Vegas, you have to book early because everybody's trying to get there. Well, believe it or not, on this side of the world, I'm in the Southern Hemisphere on the other side. So I'm a good ways from most of you guys. I will tell you straight up, things get hectic down here as far as bookings, especially in some of the higher end locations, because people come from Europe, especially other parts of Africa, but mostly Europe. They come here and they book everything. Things are booked. Some of the best locations, some of those beachfront properties, some of those things are literally just booked. So that's why we want you guys to start working with us. We're the only ones that's on, I'm not gonna say on your side, but we're vying for your for your space. So that's why it's truly important to give us a call. So like I said, the comments keep coming in, keep pushing your comments. We truly appreciate it. But in the meanwhile, I want to show you a little something that I like. Actually, this is where I'm at right now. Let me show you this. That's Joburg. That is Johannesburg. Think about what you saw. Think about the infrastructure. Think about how it looks. It's not what they told you, and that's what we're showing you. So it's important that you get the opportunity to know that it's here first. Sit down with your family members or sit down with your significant others. It's Valentine's Day weekend. On this side, we're pretty much there, and of course, in America, y'all got to get that last little bit done, and then y'all can relax. But yeah, just keep in mind that Johannesburg is a wonderful city, especially if you come in here as a tourist, because you're going to do all the touristy stuff, and then of course you're working with the real South Africa. Only thing that means is you're going to do the tourist stuff, and we're going to try to add in some more stuff as well. So you can, meet proper South Africans. You can actually just have a great time. And then, of course, the locations that you're going to go to are going to be top notch. So keep in mind that this is what we call the real South Africa. Of course, one thing, like I said, what we're doing is we're featuring more locations. So keep looking out for that. And then, of course, one of the most favorite things, and it just comes out to be that way, is that people just like homes. People want to see homes. So we are working with a few estate agents. So stay with our channel because we're going to be premiering some estates here. Like one of them is the Eye of Africa. Very nice location. Obviously, we did one on Copperleaf, and we're going to do another one. We're going to do midstream estates here. We're going to do a lot of different places just to give you options. So if you're interested in saying, you know what, I'm thinking about, I just want to know if I can, live here. I'm going to say yes, but that's really up to you. What I'm going to tell you is this, and it's not even a secret. The moment that you get here, you're going to know. It's not even a question. You can't know this sitting on the back of your computer trying to figure it out. It just is what it is. Okay? So that's why we always keep saying to you, just come here on a trip. Even if you just want to come for 6 days, by the time you leave, you're literally going to be OMG, OMG, OMG. That's really all I can tell you. And that was one of the reasons why we moved here. And even the previous video with Zuri Wines, she came here on a visit just like most people. Common story. She came here and was like, I don't want to leave here. Southern California is nice, but it's not Cape Town. It is what it is. So, but if you have any questions, of course, you can always reach out to us on our website, therealsouthafrica.com. And then, of course, you can always reach out to us. And as you see, the information is at the bottom. You can reach out to us. And then on the website, you can actually send us a text message. And while I'm here in South Africa, I will get it. And then, it might be a few hours in difference, but we will respond and so forth. But yeah, it's it's a good thing. Another thing that we're going to hopefully be able to do while we're here in South Africa is to again, we want to be able to get you guys down into some of these townships as well, some of the villages as well, but also we're going to be showing you a little bit of the nightlife, like what really goes down here in South Africa. As you know, the music here is second to none. Some of the best artists are here and so forth. So, like I said, it's a whole different vibe and a whole different mood here in South Africa. Now, keep in mind, as you see, I was talking about who was that? Joburg. Yeah, it's nice, very nice, very, very nice. But there are other places in South Africa, very different. And so what I'm going to do now is introduce you. If you've never seen this, you're about to see it. It's called Cape Town. Check it out. I know. You want to get on the plane and you want to just come this way. We got you. Send us an email. Again, all the information is at the bottom. Get your significant other. Come on over to South Africa. Obviously, you're going to meet us. You're going to meet myself. You're going to meet the team. There's other people involved in trying to make all this happen for you. Because for some of you guys, you're coming, not driving. That'd be funny if you drove 9,000 miles from the East Coast and about 12,000 miles from the West Coast. So we want to make sure everything is proper for you. We got people coming out, even through COVID. We got people that are obviously here, and then obviously we got people that are coming next week that are coming here as well. So people are not letting it go. People are not letting it go. And all I can say is I don't blame you. I flat out do not blame you. So again, if you have any questions about what we do here and what's going on and what this whole movement is all about, it's really about us connecting as with the African diaspora with the Africans that are here on the continent. And in our opinion, there's really no better place to do that than right here in South Africa. Simply because of it has some of the best weather. Obviously, there's no snow on the ground right now, and obviously the people, and then of course, some things you guys probably have seen is the food. If you've been watching our channel, you've been seeing that the food that we have and that we eat, and especially those on our Facebook page, because we post a lot of food that we eat. And then sometimes I look back and I'm like, did I really eat that much food? And the answer is yes. And then of course, when you start looking at it, you start thinking, well, prices, it must be pretty expensive. Well, yes, if you're in America, I will agree. And if you're in the UK, yeah, you know. But the reason why the people from the UK come here is simply because they can eat well. They can eat as much lamb as they can possibly eat and never have a problem. Never have a problem. So, and like I said, it's somewhere that you need to come and visit for plenty of reasons. For you, it's a new experience. Is getting back to, I'm gonna say back to Africa, even though you say, well, I've never been. Sure, I get it. However, I will tell you, from my perspective, is every time you come here as a tourist, you're giving back, to our people. It's just that simple. And as the weeks and months go by, you're going to meet more South Africans that are very similar to us. They might say a word or two differently, but I look at it like this. I speak just one language, and I don't do a good job at it at all. They speak my language. They speak 5 to 6 other languages, sometimes even 7 languages, fluently. So I would say that, and they speak English. I mean, come on now. So they're pretty, everybody here is pretty intelligent and so forth. So hopefully we can fuse everybody together. And then of course we can bring our tourist dollar to South Africa. And then of course that will help the economy. Everything would be even more lovelier the next time you come. And if you decide that you just, I want to, I'm thinking about coming here and I want to live here. Okay, that's very, very doable. Very doable. But it all starts with a trip. So again, if you have any questions, if you have any comments, please do us a favor. Put them in the comments if you get an opportunity. But another thing that we would love for you to do is to continue to support our efforts and what we're doing by, going to our YouTube page. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit the little notifications button. What that does is it lets you know, when we're coming on. Because now we're going to start, we're going to be doing a lot of stuff on location, because we've been working with a lot of brands here that want us to come out and talk about, tourism. And of course, we're the perfect vessel to get that done and so forth. So like I said, if you have any questions, send us that email, info@therealsouthafrica.com. Now, one thing that's been tripping me out is the fact that we've been getting a lot of people that's been calling us or sending us messages. Yeah. Okay. Messages, and they're like, oh, a friend of mine told me about you guys. A friend of mine. That's great. It's grassroots, and we absolutely love it that we get on the phone and there's somebody else that's saying, hey, you know what? So I think all this is worth it. But like I said, we couldn't do all of this without you guys and girls support. So we really, really appreciate it. Now, another location that people tend to like a lot for a lot of reasons. The weather is always good. It is, and those in South Africa is going to get it immediately. It's on the Indian Ocean. The weather is always warm, even in the winter, because we do have winter here. It might be a little chilly or cool in Joburg, but it's always warm in Durban. So I'm just going to show you a quick snippet of what Durban looks like, and then, like I said, then we can actually talk about that as well. But I believe that you would truly fall in love with Durban if you ever had the chance to come, and you actually do by just giving us a call. And I'll go to our website, reach out to us. But here we go. what do you think? Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Here you are, first thing in the morning, you getting up, you walking out of your hotel room because it's simply right there on the beach. As you saw some of the hotels that are on the beach, a lot of Europeans come down here and enjoy these times. You can too. So that's why I keep saying to you, get here to South Africa. You will forget all your issues. You will forget all your problems, and you will have a great time. And our company, The Real South Africa, can make it all work for you. I can promise you that we can make it work for you. And like I said, hopefully we can get it within your budget. You can get here, ball out as we like to say, and so forth. And we expect for you. We are not in a city. We do not. I'm just going to tell you up front. We don't want you to come here and try to constrain yourself and say, well, I can't do this. You can actually do this because this is South Africa. This is South Africa. So, like I said, again, if you have any questions, please, reach out to us. We are more than excited to talk to you guys about your possibilities. Like I said, it's so funny. There are many people who are here now, especially who are here on a full-time basis or part-time basis, or when they take their vacations, they come here. They come here. See, in South Africa, they say here, here. I say here because I'm from the U.S., but from time to time, I catch myself saying here. So, yeah, they're simply here because there's nowhere else that they want to go. I think we did a live with the Grays not so long ago, and they expressed their sentiments as well. They love the Caribbean, they love it. They've been there several times, and they will go again. But they prefer to come to the Republic of South Africa. Now, keep in mind, you will hear me say it a lot, just like it is right now. Well, not right now because it's night. It is 7:30 at night. I will tell you flat out, it's mostly sunny here. Even in the wintertime, it is summer. It is summer. And I was talking to some South African friends of mine the other day, and they're like, Mark, where are the African Americans? Where are they? They need to be here. They need to be here with us. And I'm like, why? Well, and then we get off into the ancestors and things like that, which makes total sense to me. However, I would say once you spend a little time here, you will appreciate those conversations. And hopefully when you're here, it starts to rain. Some people might say that's a bad thing in the U.S., but us here, we know rain is a good thing. So that's why I never did complain about the rain and so forth. So keep in mind, I showed you 3 locations, and I will be the first to tell you, I think that, any especially your first trip, I would say come to Johannesburg, Durban, Cape Town. They're kind of distanced apart for the most part. So don't think that you can come here on a 6-day tour and be like, oh, I want to see everything. This is a whole country. Believe that. There's a whole country here. You can't see it all, but you can see a lot of it. You could definitely see a lot of it. And I will literally tell you that if you come to especially if you come to Joburg, you're going to see a lot of South Africans from all the other provinces. A lot of different South Africans from a lot of different provinces. So with that being said, I would say come to Joburg if you got a short stay of 6, 10, or even 13 days, because you'll find out that the time that you're here in South Africa isn't enough time. It's never enough time. Never. So I'm just being, honest with you. However, the time that you do have here needs to be optimized. It needs to be optimized heavily. What does that mean? You need somebody on the ground who can organize your hotel, your pickup from the airport, all your transportation needs. You're going to need somebody who's going to just take care of all that for you. And even if something comes up that you want to do, that we can We got assets on the ground, so that can make sure that you get to optimize all of your time here in the Republic of South Africa, in sunny South Africa. So that's what we're doing here, because we don't want you running around trying to figure out stuff, asking people where to go, what to do, how to do it. It's just done. It's just done. We will send you an itinerary, which is, it's a full itinerary. I know that's how we're used to traveling in the US. I want to know what I'm doing. Okay, we will send you an itinerary, and we will do that itinerary. We can, go back and forth and so forth about the itinerary. However, when we get here, we're going to stay as close as we can, but we're going to continue to add things to the itinerary. We're just going to continue to add things to the itinerary as we go on, based on what you want to do, and whatnot. And a lot of things I'm just going to recommend. For example, let me just go ahead and say it now. There are those that are like, I don't want to go on safari. Okay. If you've never been, then you don't know what you're missing. And you're like, I saw it on TV. You can ask any South African. There are South Africans that go on safari. And you think, you mean, don't they live in the safari? No, you go to safari. You go there and you get an opportunity to see what you need to see. It's absolutely great. It's ridiculous. So that's why we always say, we take you out for a day. There's several different locations based on which one we like and which one works for us. There's several locations throughout South Africa to where you can get out there and be amongst the animals. Very safe. All the people that's going to be taking you out, all the guides, they know what they're doing. They're fully rated, and everybody pretty much most people that are going to be taking you out, we've already talked to them. So everything is sorted out for you. You understand? I'm sure you understand. Yep. So somebody asked here and said, do you have all-inclusive hotels, 5 stars, 1 in South Africa? The answer to that is yes, and yes. We have a lot of that. We have some places that are rivaling like 6-star hotels here in South Africa, kind of like the Saxon, the Michelangelo Towers, some of the legacy products that we talked about, and then there are others as well. And then there's some boutique hotels as well that are here that we're going out to do a video shoot on Monday at the Days House. It's a boutique hotel that is actually owned and operated by an African American from New York, and he spent some time in Seattle, and you'll get that whole story as well. But we're actually going to cover him and do his story as well. So when you come here, you can go to a hotel that's owned by an African American right here in Johannesburg, and of course the South Africans in Johannesburg is in Observatory. Okay, he actually has an event coming up called Paint and Sip, which is highly sought after. So those that are part of the real South African community and those who have hit the subscribe button can actually see that I sent it out to everyone. So if you want to go hang out with him, you can. We'll probably be there as well because we like to paint and we like to sip. Sip is mostly wine, even though this isn't. So again, if you have any questions about what we do here at the Real South Africa, please do yourself a favor. Your journey doesn't start until you start talking to us. Okay. So there we are. As somebody says, you have the Days Hotel in your page already. Of course we do. Yep. On the Real South Africa's YouTube page and so forth. So if you're watching this on Facebook, flip over to our YouTube channel. Just go to YouTube, put in the Real South Africa. We'll pop up. You'll see Dr. Latasha Bland's face, and then just click on that, and we have a whole host of videos that you may or may have not seen, something like that, and so forth. But like I said, we're looking at bringing you the best of South Africa, and so forth. There are other attractions. I'm so excited because there's so many things I probably can go on and on and on about what's available. Okay. So at this time, I will, since I have no other questions, except this little comment right here, which is basically the truth. Check it out all the time. I'm gonna tell you a quick story that I'm going to get off. Okay. And then of course I want you guys to, to share this with all your peoples. I had some family members, they came here, we had a great time. And we went to this location at the Mall of Africa. On the weekends, especially on Sundays, they have like a little festival thing. It happens every Sunday. They bring in live music. They have vendors out there where you can get authentic food, great food, all that. Well, it was nice, and it was nothing but us, maybe a couple hundred people, maybe 300 people out there. No big deal, normal crowd, And I will tell you, it was so funny because my family members asked me, "So is just like African? What is that? A festival? An African American like like in home Afram festivals? Is it a festival?" I was like, "No, this is just Sunday. This is normal." And they're like, "Oh, there's nothing. There's no problems. There's no issues. Everybody's being respectful with each other. Kids are playing. Like this is like utopia." And I'm like, "Yeah, this is Sunday here in South Africa." So I got that. Somebody asked me, "What's your advice for young adults?" I can put it to you like this. Most 40-year-olds plus find this place after they don't been to all the normal haunts, the Vegases, the Caribbeans, the Mexicos, the Cancuns, the low hanging fruit, and they spent their time, spent their money, followed their lives. They actually came here and was like, why haven't I been here? And and like we all do, because I got here, I was 49. I wish I would have known about this place a whole lot earlier. I would have orientated my whole trajectory to getting here properly a lot earlier. So what I would suggest to you is, obviously, as a young adult, get here first, get to understand what you're doing and so forth, and then start looking at businesses. There's tons of opportunities here. One thing I will share with you, most South Africans don't have access to America, and you might take it for granted. But being young, having access to America, maybe have some means, puts you at a great advantage while you are here. So I would say start your journey now. If you need to go to the Caribbean, go do all this stuff, but ultimately you're going to be sitting right here. I'm gonna see young adults. Somebody says young adults. Lorenzo says young adults wouldn't want to leave. No, those are facts. Those are flat out facts, and so forth. So, and another thing. I'm sorry, I'm kind of rambling a little bit, but it's just so much. There's so much information that I absorb on a normal basis because I live here. I talk to a lot of people. Most of the people I talk to are South Africans, and they know what we do. Let me see. What is your dream about Africa or South Africa? What is your dream? I don't exactly understand the question. My dream is to see it grow up a little bit as far as a democracy. It's happening. I know it's kind of hard to see with your 27 years or 28 years, or you're young of the democracy, but it's moving at a fast pace. I can't get one South African to agree with me, but it's growing, pretty fast, and I like what I see. In South Africa itself, and of course the people. So I would say my dream is to be able to stay here and live long enough to see pretty much this super large middle class, which is going to happen in my lifetime, I'm sure. And so I would say that's probably one of my dreams. Yep. Let me see if there's any more questions I need to answer real quick. Let me see. What does this say here? It's smarter for a younger African American to warm up to South Africa while still young. Yes, AKG. Yeah, that's those are facts. Those are just straight up facts. You know, you get to learn the culture here, and so forth. And let me just dispel some myths. In America, we do have a culture, and we have a very vibrant culture. I would say that when you start interacting with South Africans and you start hearing them talking about certain things, and you're like, that sounds like, and it's something that we do anyway. So it might be by a different name, but we do basically the same things, you know. So it's real easy to interact, you know. Eventually, you will be like, and it helps us on our side because they've been watching enough of our TV. You know, so when you use a slang term sometime, that's only, you know, specific to certain parts of the US, they probably already know it, but you don't know anything about their words, like zero. So you're at the disadvantage, but they're more than willing to bring us along, and so forth. So, but yeah, but like this, again, we are a travel and tourism company based here in South Africa, and we are more than happy to assist you in getting here to South Africa properly with no issues, with no concerns. And like I said, you could be sitting here with us enjoying a great time. So if I don't think I have any more questions, please visit our website, therealsouthafrica.com. And then, of course, you can always send us an email. As I've been sitting here, my phone is here. I've been getting emails, and I will answer these emails and so forth. And again, make sure you share and, you know, share with everyone what we're doing. Have a great weekend.